I'm Emily Pearson with TriCal Superior Forage, and I'm here with Rick Pearson. Rick, where are you located at?
I'm in Buhl, Idaho.
And what does your planting time usually look like?
So we're growing all fall planted triticale. So we start in towards the end of September and try to finish up by the 20th of October. Generally in my area, we lose our irrigation water around the 20th of October, and we want to be planted and watered before we lose irrigation water.
Okay. And what about your fertilization program? How does that look?
On our farm, we try to soil sample everything every year, so we know what we have left from our previous crop, so we know what we need for the next crop. So we'll soil sample and basically put everything on we need in the fall before we plant. And then in the springtime, we'll come back and top dress about 60 units of nitrogen. And that'll set us up for the rest of the year.
As a seed producer, what time do you typically do the herbicide and fungicide?
So in our area, we like to wait till it's about 6 inches tall. The triticale gets so tall in our area that we have to have a growth regulator, and that growth regulator works the best if it's at least 6 inches tall, 6 to 8 inches tall. And so we'll come in with our growth regulator, our fungicide, and a herbicide, probably a dual action herbicide, and apply that all at once. And we've gotten lately into applying by drone. It seems like we can do a lot better job with the drone now.
So going back a little, can you tell us what your planting rate is?
So for seed production, we shoot for 800,000 to 1 million seeds per acre. Seems to work the best for us. It gets so tall that we've got to be really careful of getting it too thick, and then it wants to lay down on us.
Can you give us some tips on how to grow the perfect triticale?
Well, I think it all starts with fertility. You want your fertility to be good. Our goal is to water heavy early until it heads, and then cut the water back a little bit. Maybe less water, but more often. So basically giving it smaller drinks more often, and that seems to work the best on our farm.
Hey, do you have any advice for somebody who's growing it for forage?
I would definitely increase the seeding rate. I would add more nitrogen because that'll help it to grow faster. And then just manage it. You know, are you going for tonnage or are you going for quality? In my area, guys are double cropping. So they'll fall plant triticale, and then around the 10th or 15th of May, they'll green chop their triticale and plant corn back in for silage. So the dairymen there are getting a double crop. So that's what makes it really popular in my area.
So when do you normally harvest for seed?
So we will generally start 20th or 25th of July and cut through till we're finished. Our grain will dry out to 12% moisture, 10 to 12% moisture, and that's when we harvest.
What kind of yields are you normally looking at, or usually looking at?
So we probably average, I don't know, probably around 130. We generally cut between 130 and 160, I suppose, so with the different varieties.
Thank you for taking some time and answering some questions for us.
Thank you. Thank you, TriCal.